Welcome to Herd Summer Racing League. This is race 4, Triple Twist, riding at 7:50 p.m. on a Friday night, the second Friday race. That is 7:50 New York time, and we're out of the pens. This course has 6 segments. There are 3 climbs and 3 sprints. We will take them as a sprint, KOM, sprint, KOM, sprint, KOM, which will make it interesting. And then a couple of these sprints are right at the base of the KOMs. So figuring out what your plan is going to be is important. There are 50 points available for each fastest through the segment time, fastest through the KOM time, and then your finish points are worth 5 times each. So your finish will be 250 points for first, 245 for second. Figuring out what to do is critical. And as this race starts, we have Mike off the front, we have Crammon off the front. My goal is, as always, kind of try and rest up. Right here, ATP, that is Thomas. My whole goal for this race, the strat for me, is to just stay on his wheel. So I want to keep him close by. He has the highest ZRS. I'm concerned that he's probably the strongest rider in this group. And if I can stay with him, then I have the chance to be able to pull off the win. Now Mike is up front. He's another herd guy. He's looking pretty strong today. I wasn't too concerned about him because he's shown a little bit of weakness on the climbs lately. He's coming back off some health issues and trying to rebuild. So I wonder if he's trying to get off the front to give himself an advantage heading in, but it is FTS. So I haven't talked to him, so I don't know what his strat is. Crammon went with him. They might be working together. We'll see what happens with that. Crammon is worth keeping an eye on as well. His numbers, as I reviewed him early in the race, or pre-race I should say, looked pretty good. So honestly, those are the 3 riders I am most concerned about in this race: Mike, Crammon, also Scott, and Thomas. So now that we have a little bit of time, I guess we can talk about prep. As I just went through, one of the preps I did is I did rider recon. Pretty easy, really. I just went through who signed up on the Zwift Companion app and checked what Zwift had to say about him. And if I was a bit concerned, I'd just pop over to Zwift Power and try and find them over there. Interesting, Thomas says he was on a race team from 90 to 94, Long Beach cycling team. So he's got about 30 years of cycling on me. I am a COVID cyclist. I started cycling in the middle of COVID. I was interested in cycling since the 90s, but between my running and soccer and all the other things that go on in life, I didn't have time to get on the bike much. Once COVID hit and all that stuff went away, I had plenty of time to bike, and I've been enjoying it ever since. Part of what I enjoy is the competition of the racing on Zwift. So this is race, and this is why I do these videos, just talking about how much I enjoy them. So rider prep, course recon. I've talked about the course a bit. I have reviewed this course. I watched a video on it. I did some read-up on it. Zwift Insider is a great place to start. If you do nothing else, check the Zwift Insider information on it. Other important race prep is nutrition, which I start typically 2 days before, making sure I'm starting to load up on carbs a little bit, making sure that I stay hydrated, so I start drinking more water and even some electrolyte drinks early in the day on race day. Yeah, I'd probably take this too seriously, but I want to do my best at everything I do. Sleep's important. Make sure you're getting good rest, not just on races, but also for the rest of your life. And then have a plan. And I've already talked about my plan. My plan is sit right here with ATP Thomas and ride his wheel. If I can stay just ahead of him on every one of these segments that we're going to go through, I can win this. So we are closing up here in the first segment. We are going to take off at 4.4 for the sprint, 4.4 kilometers, and we're closing in on that. I really like my position here at the back. It's almost time to wind up. The truck is good. I've accelerated a little bit early, got ahead of Thomas there, but found my spot at the back, and off we go. Pop that truck, went. Mike's going. I'm tail gunning, so I should be okay. I don't have to win this, so Thomas passed me like, okay, I'll give up a point. But actually says I came in second here, so I'll take that. Now as we finish up that, we are going straight into the KOM here, right just around this turn. There we go. Now we're climbing. So we have 1.3 kilometers of climbing. Mike's pushing it on the flat. Again, I don't know how strong he is going to be on the climb, so he's probably trying to get a little bit ahead as he goes through this flat section that isn't as hard. Typically my plans on a climb are to push really hard on the steepest points because I can gain the most ground. Pushing hard on the flats will give me a little bit of a bonus, but if I can push harder than anybody on the steep parts, I can get further ahead of them. So here we come up to the first one. Notice my plan here. I'm letting Mike go off because I'm thinking he's not a good climber right now. I've been saying that over and over again. My thing is just stay with Thomas. So I'm going to hang out with him as we go up this climb. Let me speed this up just a little bit. Climbs are hard on Cat D. You can see the separation forming already in the groups behind us. But I'm just going to stay up here with Thomas, see what Mike does on the steep part. My goal is to accelerate here. We'll see if Thomas does the same, but if I can get ahead, I might be able to win this. There he goes. So now we're pushing hard, 7 watts at one point. I do appreciate him having the socks on. At least I know he's attacking. I really didn't have it, and I thought, well, I'll let him have this point as well. So that puts him 2 points ahead right now. I'm really going to have to try and pull something off at the end. But I will admit, I'm feeling it. My nutrition was terrible. I had a terrible return from a conference I was at. My 6-hour trip turned into almost 18 hours. I ended up driving the last 9 hours as I got frustrated with airplanes and how that all works. So I'm not at 100%. Don't want to start excuses early, but I am already feeling this, and that's not good. I'm thinking if I can just rest in this draft, we've got 4 of us. If I can stay towards the back, I can recover quite a bit and just keep hanging on. I just need to be ready for a sprint, but it's not going to be coming up for quite a bit. It's a Watopia sprint, so I've got time to recover. We've got 13.2 kilometers to get there. If you've been watching my heart rate monitor, it's actually pushing about 175, 180 on that climb, which is pretty common for me. Now it's here at 200, and something has gone wrong because I don't think my heart can do 200 for as long as this is going for that. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. If anybody has ideas why these heart rate monitors do that, post it down below. I know we're not doctors, but I'll take your insight into it. All right, we've got 4 of us going here, and I'll just make a comment that Kirkman just takes off here in a second, and he ends up being a Cat C. He just blows us out of the water. His numbers were insane. He's listed at something like 45 kilograms. It could be a teenager. My son, as a teenager, came in last year and exploded from D to B in no time because he weighs like 90 pounds and just going to excel on anything that involves a climb. Looks like Kirkman kind of did the same. So he's off. He doesn't matter in this race. The 4 people you see right now are the ones that are going to have finishing spots when we come to the end. There we go, speeding this way up so we can get to this through this without taking a whole hour. I'm getting a little wordy today, and I seem to be chatting a lot. So as we're going through the S's here, I have a tendency to get dropped on these things. So today I'm not going to get dropped. I'm going to be pushing hard through them to try and stay with everybody. Knowing there's a sprint at the end, though, makes it kind of tricky. How do you go through the S's, go down the hill, and then sprint, and then have just a slight climb, which, you know, ABs probably don't even care about that climb, but as Ds, it can get into our legs a little bit. Trying to sort that out. I'm also trying to take a couple of pulls here, so they'll lay off my case about not pulling. Sprint, off we go. Boy, I got hammered. 3rd place. I think Mike came in 1st that time. Yep, Thomas came in 2nd. So now we start climbing through here, getting ready for the epic KOM reverse. And as we're doing that, here come the C's. Well, I've learned from the last race, you better hang on because the rest of this group is hanging on. A lot of herd riders in this C group, which is kind of nice. Some ATP as well. We're going to be sticking with these guys as we start to climb. There's no way we're going to hang with them. They are making me push just a tad harder than I wanted to. Okay, steepest part coming up. The best thing to do is push super hard on this steep part and see what happens. So here we are. We just passed Mike. Thomas is in front of me. I'm pushing, and oh my word, I blow up. I just hurt. Off goes Mike, off goes Thomas. I've got Kramer just caught me. He was behind me at the start of the climb, so he tail gunned me, and if I finish with him, he wins. But at this point, I just want to finish. You know, early on, thinking about this race this week, I thought maybe if I'm with the front group, I'll push hard over the top and try to do a solo break toward the finish to try and get those 5 finish points. At this point, I don't even want to pass Grayman. I am just done. So I'm glad that we've got the C rider with us helping pull. I don't want Grayman to get too far ahead. I'm still thinking I might be able to pull off 3rd place. So I'm going to ride with these guys, hopefully all the way to the end. The idea being that I can beat Crayman at the sprint, I hope. He didn't do tremendously great at the KOM, but at this point I don't think I'm even going to do tremendously great at the KOM. When your legs just start hurting and you're done for, it just doesn't do any good. I tried to make up for my nutritional mistakes by pounding 100 grams of carbohydrates in liquid form an hour before this race. but you really can't get your body to recover from foolish decisions you made the days before. If I knew it wasn't kind of pointless, but I still had to try something because I was trying to salvage this race. It is the best time slot for me to run. I did not want to be racing Saturday. It interferes with family time. And here I have to let Cramen go. I realize that if I'm going to have nothing for the sprint and I can't come in 6, 7, or 8, that'll drop too many points back. So my thought is I'll relax back here, recover, and then I'll try to take first place on the sprint as we go through it. So we're coming up on that sprint, and I'll probably slow it down here and let's take a look how we do. Now when I'm feeling good on a flat sprint, I actually want to start the sprint segment at 50 kilometers an hour. So I start ramping up, wonder if I can get there. Not even close. 40, I'm hurting, so now I have to accelerate through it. You really want to go through these sprint points at a steady maximum kilometers per hour you can get. I didn't even hit 50, but I did manage to take first place on that, so I gained at least a point, hopefully more. And now I'm coming up on KOM, and my thought is I simply have to take third place on this KOM, so I'm taking it a little bit easy, but I am going to try and hit it hard on all these red points on that map. I have to admit, I do like having that map up top, so I can do that. Let me speed this up as we climb, because climbing's boring. It's especially boring when I am tired and I can't pull off anything, but let's see what we can do. We're trying to at least get third place out of this. Pushed it through there, but I think I kind of relaxed a little bit. Thomas, Mike, Cramen completely off the front. I gave Mike a shout out a while back to get him going. Hopefully he can take Thomas. Not worried about these guys passing their B's or C's or who knows. They're not A's, they're going too slow, probably C's. So now we are finishing up, finally made it through this whole course. Could not hold my plan, which is stick to Thomas's wheel. Thomas crossed the line ahead of Mike. So as we come up on this, we'll take a look at what our finishing positions are, and we'll talk about what Zwift did. And by Zwift, I mean Zwift power and what spots we ended up with. So Kirkman, as you can tell, 3.5 watts per kilogram. He got kicked off of Zwift power for being too strong. He probably catted up to C. Thomas came in first place, 196, not too bad on his watts. Mike worked hard at 207. Cramen 214, my 179. Can't really brag on that since I wasn't able to stay with the group. I was just hanging on for dear life. So yeah, Zwift Power pulled it up, and first place trophy is going to go to Thomas. Mike does take second, and I take the third place, which I'm quite happy to do today. Unfortunately, I already have a throwaway race of third place, so I'm going to have a third place in the finals for the total points for this GC. And great race, guys. Thomas, way to pull that off. Way stronger than anybody I could hang with. Mike, great to see you coming back and getting your fitness back pulled together. Looking forward to a good race with you guys next week.